Alright guys, this video we're going to go over this holster right here. It's the Bravo Concealment 3.0 injection molded holster for the Glock 19. Alright, so a lot of you, if you've watched any of my videos for the past couple years, you know that I'm a huge fan of Kydex. I used to make my own holsters. I didn't really sell them, but I would make all my own until I got to the point where all these other companies were making good enough holsters at a price where I couldn't really compete with that even for myself. It was just better for me to buy one of theirs than for me to have to fool around and try to make my own. Like this one right here, this is an example. This is the 3.0 from Bravo Concealment. It's injection molded plastic. It has adjustable retention, which is really cool. Like the little screw slides up and down. You can make it as I guess smooth or as rough as you want to on the draw, which is good. It fits perfect. You know, there's no slop in it. There's no human error or anything like that. It's molded, it's put together, riveted, perfect every time. It looks good. It's a minimalist design, so that means, you know, it doesn't have any extra stuff hanging out. So like when you're on your hip and you're bending your leg and all that stuff, it's going to be comfortable. It comes with the standard belt loops that attach on the back. You know, it's got the loop. I don't have those on here because I went with the paddle. I might have even got them with a deal when I bought the holster. If not, I paid extra for them. But anyway, these are pretty cool because you know, it's kind of like the Serpa paddle, which is convenient because you can just kind of slip it on, especially if you're like me. Where I work at, I can't carry my gun, so I like to keep it with me, but just not on me. So, you know, when I leave work, if I go into a store or something, I can put it on without having to unthread my belt and all that stuff. So the paddles help with that. The only problem was those kind of holsters, they sat out away from the hip. They weren't really made for concealment. But this one, having a standard pancake holster with split paddles, is like, to me, that's super genius, because you can have your pancake, you know, concealment holster and still be able to slide it in and out of the belt pretty good. There are a few other companies that make like wings that are real thin and go over, but I've seen those. I haven't used them, but I got some for somebody else, and they just seemed really like flimsy, and they didn't seem like they would work very good. These paddles are super stiff. They have a big hook on the bottom, and they actually do grip the belt pretty well under the pants. And you know, I haven't taken this holster through any like hard training or anything like that, but I'm pretty confident that it'll hold and it won't come out as long as you keep your belt tight enough, like you should anyway, and you have a good belt. It should have no problem, unless you just crank the retention all the way up and you have to like rip the gun out, but that's beside the point. So anyway, coming from somebody that's made holsters, we'll go over some of the details that I like. Right here, the ejection port is smooth. It's 2019. Honestly, you shouldn't be buying holsters that don't have smooth ejection port molding right there, because a lot of people, when they like hand mold it, they leave that in because it gives you retention. But what it also does is it rubs the gun from here everywhere in front of that ejection port. It just rubs the slide unnecessarily. You know, when your slide goes past that indentation, it just rubs the crap out of it. So there's no need to have that. The retention comes from the trigger guard, which is plastic. Doesn't matter if it rubs plastic on plastic. Another thing, the barrel, if you want to have a threaded barrel, it's molded for that. There's plenty of room right there. On the back side, I'm not going to spin it around because it's loaded. Right here, you've got plenty of room for extended slide releases if you want to do that. It's molded out for it. It's got a good channel all the way back, so it'll slide in and out. Another thing, right here by the trigger guard, I see a lot of holsters that don't take enough material away, I guess because they're trying to be super safe. But when you go to grab the gun, you don't want your knuckle hitting, or you know, you don't want anything getting in the way of that knuckle when you grab. So like this is my shooting grip right here. I can put this all the way back in the holster, and I never touched anywhere on it except for, you know, back here with my thumb. But anyway, make sure when you get your holster try it out, make sure there's nothing in the way, because you might have to trim some. Oh, another thing, this is the MOS. I don't know if you can see, but it is cut in front of the plate, so it will clear an optic. The paddle probably won't, so if I ever put an optic on here, I'll have to do something different with that. I'll get to that when the time comes. Yeah, it's got rivets all the way down for, you know, whatever kind of belt loops, belt attachments you want to put on it. And it's got these two here to keep everything tight. All the retention comes from here and this little retention screw, and it is crisp until you hit right there. Just looking inside of there, there's nothing that's going to cause any undue wear. Sight channel, another big thing you need to look for with these kind of holsters or any kind. Let's see, you can probably see it pretty good right there. Look how tall that sight channel is. That's so your suppressor height sight can fit through there and not get snagged or caught. And this is made with a 10-degree cant. You can tell it's going forward. If you look at these lines right here, you can tell the barrels or the slide is canted forward 10 degrees. This does work with Gen 5 Glocks, the ones that have the ambi slide release. It's cut right in front of that, so it'll clear that, no problem. So yeah, let me get the camera adjusted. I'll put this on and show you, you know, under the shirt what it looks like and how it hides. All right, so when you put it on, I usually go with the back paddle, kind of stick it in and then rock it forward and catch the front one, and then grab the belt and these and push it down until you can feel the little hook go under the belt on the front and back, and you know it's not going anywhere. As long as you keep your belt tight, it shouldn't come out. And if you have it positioned right and you have the proper size shirt on, you know, you're going to see it a little bit when you move. That's just like with anything, you know, even on the front. If you get in some weird angles, you're going to see it. But honestly, this is probably the most comfortable outside the waistband pancake holster. More comfortable than the ones I've made. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of voodoo they use at BCA, Bravo Concealment. Yeah. I don't know what kind of voodoo they use, but they know what they're doing, and they make a pretty good, comfortable holster. And the draw is just like anything. Clear the shirt, full grip, comes right out, super crisp. The holster stayed in place, back in and out. There you go. I wouldn't recommend this for non-concealed, I guess open carry is what you call it. I don't know why I tried to go with non-concealed outside. Anyway, I wouldn't suggest this for open carry because it doesn't have a level 2 or level 3 retention. But if you want to carry it outside, under a shirt, under a coat, like wintertime, something like that, and you've got a Glock 19, 19X, 45, get one of these. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's at a great price point, like 30 or 40 bucks, and you can usually find a sale that goes along with it, where you can get like a free mag pouch or a discount on belt attachments or something like that. So if you're the kind of guy that likes to carry your 19 outside the waist, undershirt, get you a BCA 3.0 gun holster.